Hey guys, welcome back to my small engine repair channel. Today I want to show you guys a quick and easy way to identify the correct switch on your outdoor equipment if ever you need to replace it. Now the tips I'll be giving you in the video today will save you a lot of time, especially if you cannot find the manufacturer part number for the ignition switch. And my video today will also help you to prevent further damage to your equipment by making sure that you get the correct switch. So here's a typical switch that you will find on most lawn tractors nowadays. And you will also find these plastic ones here. Now a lot of people think that if they go to replace the switch on their lawn tractor, all they have to do is make sure that the plug at the back fits on the tabs here the same way it did on their old switch. And that's not the case, guys. Even though you may have the same plug-in pattern on your ignition switches, it doesn't mean that it's the right switch for your lawn tractor. And this is what I'm going to be showing you here in today's video. And the reason for that is because each tab on your ignition switch is assigned to a specific function. So one of the tabs may be for your solenoid on your carburetor. One tab might be to cut off the ignition module, the spark to the spark plug, and the other ones may be for a whole different array of different functions. Now, if you look at this switch over here, there's letters matching each tab. So L, G, B, M, S. And this is what I want to show you guys today, is to make sure that when you replace your switch, even though the tabs may match on another switch, it doesn't mean that it's the right one, especially if the letters don't correspond to your original switch for each tab. So this is what you got to be super careful about. And again, a lot of people think as long as you match up the pattern of the tabs, it's going to work. You might go to a shop, they say, I don't have your switch in a new one, but I've got all these switches in here in this bucket here. Guy reaches in, gets one with the same pattern, you think it's going to work. You get home, you put it on your lawn tractor, whatever equipment you have, and all of a sudden, you have no spark at the spark plug. Now on this new switch over here, it's clearly marked, it's very easy to see that. And also on this plastic one over here, you can see that beside each tab, it's engraved in the plastic. All the letters are there. So you have to absolutely make sure that you match these. Now, because the letters will always be engraved in the plastic on the plastic switches, it makes it really easy. But on the metal switches, the letters may not always be visible like this switch over here. So for example, I've got this older switch here and you do not see any letters written down or engraved beside each tab. So the next part in the video is probably the most important one out of this whole video, guys, because I'm going to show you how to find the letter corresponding to each tab here, even though it's not printed or engraved on the switch. So let's take this switch, for example. The letters are not clearly stamped or visible on the back of the switch beside each tab. If that's the case, you can find the letters stamped right on the tabs here. So you may have to bend them down a bit, and there you can see the letter G clearly. So I'm bending them just to show you guys here on video. It's easier for me to see here in person. On the next tab, you can see the letter M. Then you would flip it over, letter B, and the letter G. And this tab here has nothing stamped on it, although there may be a wire going to it, so you may want to double check here. But if you go to get a switch and you have no part number, this is what you want to look for. You want to look for the letters stamped right on the tabs, then you're absolutely sure you're getting the right switch. I've had switches come in the shop where the tabs are so rusted, I actually had to wire brush the tabs until I could see the letter stamped on them. And sometimes the tabs may be so corroded that you will not be able to see the letter on the tabs. If that happens to you, make sure that you get the actual correct switch. I know it's not going to be easy, but just remember that it's really important to do that, or else you may fry some stuff on your equipment. So some examples I've seen of this where customers have come in the shop here looking for the right switch, or they came in the shop with two switches. They told me, I bought this from a shop. This was my old switch. This is the one they gave me. I looked at their switches and I could see that the tabs did not match at the back. And in one particular example that I can clearly remember, the guy ended up blowing his coil. His coil didn't work anymore, so he had no spark to the spark plug. So that's just one example of many things that can happen if you don't get the right switch. Other examples I've seen is the PTO clutch when not engaged. I've seen wires melt blown fuses, the lights wouldn't work, the machine wouldn't turn off. Just a whole bunch of problems can happen. So I'm sure that I haven't mentioned all the problems. Please comment below the video, guys, if you've had different problems with switches like this because you didn't have the right one. So hopefully my video today will be saving you a lot of aggravation and frustrations in the future, and possibly some major repairs. If you liked the video, please like it and share it, and make sure you're subscribed, and have a great day.